Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Welcome to the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Tonight, the Quakers back home. They take on the Tigers of Depauw. Great to have you with us. It's going to be an interesting night for the Quakers coming off a split in their last two games. We'll talk more about that coming up in a couple of moments. This is a non-conference matchup here tonight, though these two teams will meet again later in the season in conference play. The Quakers at 4-3, Depauw coming in at 3-3 on the season. As mentioned, the Quakers entering this one here tonight after their last two contests, in which they ended up beating Wittenberg by a final of 1-0 and then lost to Ohio Wesleyan by a final of 4-1. Though they got the early lead in that one, they could not hold on, and they lose it again by that final of 4-1 to fall to 4-3 on the season. We'll check out the Quakers numbers coming up in more detail in just a couple of moments. This is a Depauw team that has had Earlham's number over the last few years, though the Quakers did pull out a win last season. We'll talk about that coming up in just a moment as well. We'll scout the Tigers of Depauw coming up in just a couple of moments. This is the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance knows you're good at fitting one more dish in an already full dishwasher. We're good at your insurance.
Dad.
You're good at pretending to be asleep.
Dad.
We're good at your insurance.
Dad.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Dargy Repair Service is family owned and operated, and they work on every kind of vehicle and specialize in imports. You can count on Dargy to do repairs and service, big and small. Dargy does regular service to major repairs. They do everything for your car except bodywork and tires. Dargy is a certified TechNet professional auto service. Dargy Repair and Service, 1700 Northwest 11th Street in Richmond. For more information, give them a call at 935-2241.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
First night contest for the Quakers here at Darrell Bean Stadium, and it will not be an easy one. As we mentioned, the Tigers coming into this one at 3-3, but they've won their last two. They beat Allegheny 4-0 and beat Worcester in overtime by a final of 3-2. Kate Milner had a couple of goals in that matchup against Allegheny. 7 penalty corners, I should say. She ended up with 7 shots, but in the penalty corner department, it was all Depauw, 20-2 in that area. And against Worcester, they went into that one, were outshot 20-16, but Kate Milner had 14 shots on the day. And to keep an eye on goalkeeper Ali Duranciu with 17 saves in that matchup against Worcester. They come in with 13 goals Their shot percentage at 143. They've had 55 shots on goal, and their shot on goal percentage at 604. They'll average about 15.2 shots per game. They've had 44 penalty corners coming in. We'd mentioned already Kate Milner, 6 goals and an assist with 17 shots on goal coming in. Her shots on goal percentage at 548. And also keep an eye on Alex Stile. Stile, 3 goals and an assist. Her shot percentage is at 550 coming in. And Darren Siu, the goalkeeper, Darren Siu, 15 goals given up this year, a 2.48 goals against average, 61 saves. Her save percentage just under 81%. And Darren Siu has 1 shutout so far this season. The Quakers will be led today, as always, by 3 players. Denise Bergdahl with 4 goals, 29 shots this year, and 15 shots on goal. They'll count on her again offensively tonight. Gwen Schalk is right now at 3 goals and 2 assists, and Sofia Salvatore is back, which is good news for the Quakers, 2 goals and 13 shots on goal. But a lot of it does depend on Meg Murphy. Murphy, so far this year, giving up 13 goals, just a 1.80 goals against average, 41 saves, and her save percentage at 759. They will need Meg Murphy to play well here tonight if the Quakers plan on picking up a win. We will come back. We'll get you the starters coming up in just a moment. This has been the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Looking for the home of your dreams? This spacious property offers over 4,600 square feet of living space, featuring 5 bedrooms, with 3 full and 1 half bathroom. This property is currently listed for under $270,000. For more information or to schedule a showing, please contact the listing team.
We welcome you back once again to Darrell Bean Stadium. Let's go and get the starters for tonight. The Tigers will line up like this. Again, they come in at 3-3. Alexa Stile wearing number 3. She's a senior out of Glenview, Illinois. Also in the starting lineup, Kelsey Dorr, a senior out of St. Louis, Missouri. She wears number 4. Sarah Goff is a sophomore out of Kenilworth, Illinois, wearing number 12. Kate Milner, the senior forward out of St. Louis, Missouri, she wears number 13. Kathy Seesiger is at Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, a junior. She'll be a forward and middle fielder tonight, wearing number 14. Maddie Little is a senior out of Akron, Ohio. She wears number 15. Also, Maddie DeSantis out of New Albany, Ohio, DeSantis wearing number 16. Maria Hewitt, a sophomore from St. Louis, number 18. Allison Quackenbush is out of Lake Bluff, Illinois, a freshman, number 19. Gretchen Beckhold is a senior out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Gretchen wears number 21. And Allie Darren Siu out of Dover, New Hampshire. She wears number 97. She will be in goal here tonight. For the Quakers, Alyssa Johnson, the freshman out of Lancaster, New York, wearing number 6. Also, Gwen Schalk is a freshman out of Medina, New York. She wears number 9. Reagan Seaman, the freshman out of Chico, California, number 10. Olivia Night Train Lane, the sophomore from Chico, California, wearing number 11. Denise Bergdahl, the sophomore from Mannheim, Germany, wearing number 12. Here again tonight, Mackenzie Hanley, the freshman out of Bangor, Maine, number 15. Molly McKellar, the sophomore, also out of Chico, California. She wears number 17. Karina Stites is a freshman out of Antioch, Illinois, wearing number 18. Kate Neal, the sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky, number 20. Sophia Salvatore, the junior from Miami, Florida, number 23. And in goal once again for the Quakers here this evening will be Meg Murphy out of Chico, California, sophomore, wearing number 32. Lauren Thomas is the head coach for the Depauw Tigers. Emily Girasol, the head coach in her third season for the Earlham Quakers. The table is now set, but let me remind you, in the meetings of these two teams over the last couple of years, last year it was a close one. 3-2 double overtime win for Depauw in the first game before the Quakers won the second contest 1-0. But before that, it was all Depauw. They won both matchups in 2017, both matchups in 2016, 15, and 14. So the Quakers kind of slimming the gap a little bit over the last couple of years, and they made it a contest in both contests last season. We will come back in just a couple of moments and get this one underway from Darrell Bean Stadium right here on Radio Troy Digital Sport.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boy's Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boy's Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
Our campus includes 600 acres of woods, fields, and ponds. It's a beautiful, peaceful place where we can hike, go running, hang out with friends, or even do field research for a science class. Because at Earlham, we are always connected to the natural world.
Back once again here at Darrell Bean Stadium. Reminder, tonight's game brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Tuesday, the oven-roasted chicken, Wednesday, the turkey breast, and Thursday, the Italian BMT. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. We are ready to go. The Quakers in their all-maroon here tonight. The Tigers in their white tops and black bottoms. And we're ready to go as the Quakers trying to win their second out of their last 3 contests. And as we mentioned earlier, against a Depauw team coming in at 3-3 on the season. So undoubtedly, this will not be an easy one here tonight. Quakers will have to push and really try to press as much as they possibly can. And ball possession will be a big key tonight, and really defensively try to get back and take care of Meg Murphy, give her some defensive help here tonight as well. So that should be another key here this evening for the Quakers. And we'll keep an eye on one of the best players. That's Kate Milner, the senior out of St. Louis, Missouri, wearing number 13. On Depauw's side, they'll try to get her in possession of the ball as much as they possibly can here in this first half of play. Set the tone early is pretty much the key in many aspects of the game of field hockey. And get out to a fast start, put the pressure back on the other team. So the Quakers will have possession of the ball to begin this one. They'll move right to left, 15-minute quarters. If you haven't joined us before, that's a little bit different than what we've had in previous years where it's been 30-minute halves. Players and coaches seem to like the adjustment into the 15-minute periods where there's no timeouts. Players a lot of times have to kind of figure things out on their own as we go throughout the entire contest. So we are underway. It'll be Quakers in possession. See how they'll try to push things on offense and get that ball into scoring position. That is Denise Bergdolt on the far sideline. The ball ricochets, goes out of bounds. It was last touched by backhold of Depauw, the senior out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That ball lifted high in the air as it flicked forward, and a whistle by the backside official called against the Tigers, and the Quakers will take it at the spot of the foul. Earlham was, I don't think, too happy with their loss in their last contest that they had, just from a standpoint they got out to a good start but could not hold on, in which they gave up the 4 goals in that contest to Ohio Wesleyan. And even against Wittenberg, the offense got just the 1 goal. It was a kind of a stagnant afternoon, and they again played without, at that time, without Sofia Salvatore, which certainly hurt the offense just from a flow standpoint. As you see, the Quakers get it to Salvatore. She'll take it to the end line, maneuver back to the inside, and we've got our first penalty corner of the night. So this is going to be another key. Can the Quakers take advantage of the penalty corners here tonight? It wasn't long ago in which we ended up with a contest that Quakers at that time, I believe, had 19 penalty corners and failed to score on any of those 19. Gwen Schalk will put it in play here. Salvatore fires. That one's high, and the pad saved that time by Darren Siu. That one is really high off the stick, so Darren Siu gets the first save, and here come the Tigers back the other way. That one will go high off the stick. That time of Kate Milner is working down the middle of the field, and Milner will be called for the violation. Back to the Quakers now. Alyssa Johnson there for Earlham, and I was looking to see if, and I do not see Hannah Grushon for the Quakers. She was not listed in the starting lineup, and I don't see her on the sidelines, and we did not get any word that she is injured or such. If we do, we'll let you know, as that ball will go out of bounds to the far side. Beckhold will put it in play now for the Tigers, as now they work it into scoring position. Nice interception for the Quakers. And coming up with the takeaway, Mackenzie Hanley, the freshman out of Bangor, Maine. Quakers try to go the other way, but that ball sails all the way to the other end. It'll be run down before it goes out of bounds by Maria Hewitt. And he will put it back in play as they'll try to push it to the far side. It goes out of bounds. Turnover there once again for the Tigers, and the Quakers will now put it in on offense. Salvatore goes underneath her stick, and the Tigers will let that go out of play as Hewitt will watch it go past the end line, and once again the Tigers will take over on offense. Unless they're going to say it will be Tigers. There for a moment looked like they may have said it, the Tigers had touched it last, but the way they played that, there was no way that was going to happen. That ball pushed to the near side, goes out of bounds. Style trying to run it down, cannot catch up with it. That's another turnover there for the Tigers. 11:45 to go here in this opening period of play. Here's Kate Neal. Quakers try to reverse it to the far side. Nice pass to Sofia Salvatore, and that whistled against the Tigers. Earlham trying to get it to Denise Bergdolt on that right side. Salvatore playing at the top of the circle. And you get a good look at Reagan Seaman now for the Quakers. Pass just a little bit out of the reach of Denise Bergdolt. Quakers turnover back over to the Tigers at just over 11 minutes remaining in the opening period of play. Well, both teams will go through that, you call it a feeling out process to see what each team will try to do early. And right now the Tigers in possession back to midfield. On the turn is Ziesiger, and the Quakers will not get the possession, so it'll be Tiger ball as they'll dump it behind in their own zone. Here's Maddie Little now to the near side to Sarah Goff. Goff works it back to the middle, turns it over. Stolen away by Bergdolt, and Bergdolt will try to push the other way, but her pass is short, stolen away. Tigers come up with the interception. Lead pass to the far side to Quackenbush. Her lead pass intended there for Milner, and the Quakers called for the violation. May have been an obstruction right there, so go back over to the Tigers. Kelsey Dorr will put it in play. Neither team getting a good look yet. Ball intercepted. Good defense by the Quakers. Bergdolt tries to advance that one up the right sideline. You could hear the sticks clacking together from all the way up here. And the Quakers turn it over. Now the Tigers in possession. Left side of the circle. Chance here now for the Tigers. Good defense for the Quakers. Clearing it out to the far side. Alyssa Johnson. And see if the Quakers can now get the push. They will not. That pass intended for Bergdolt and goes out of bounds. Turnover again by the Quakers. Quakers have been trying to push it. Unable to get it out of their own zone, and now near midfield with the stick now is Schalk, and that ball will go out of bounds. Another turnover there for the Quakers, and putting it in play will be Beckhold now for the Tigers. Ball comes loose. Tigers advance it. Depauw now a chance to work it to the middle of the field, and that'll go against the Quakers. Kelsey Dorr will put it in play now right at the 20-yard line. Quakers try to get a stick on it. Boy, that one right off the face of another Earlham player. Boy, we have seen that as Mackenzie Hanley will take that one. I may have been just a glancing blow because she's okay. Well, this has been a year where I've seen more players get hit in the face than I've seen in the last 2 to 3 years. Boy, and he had a couple of players end up with a bloody eye and a nosebleed as well in some previous matchups, as the Quakers will put it in play on the far side. That'll be Hanley, who again just got hit. Turnover and a steal now by the Tigers. Depauw chance to get the first goal here tonight as Quackenbush left of the circle. Ball taken away, and now Earlham will regain possession. Let's see if they can get the push. They'll try to press as much as they can on defense and really push on offense, getting into scoring position quickly as the Quakers get it back off the turnover. Cannot clear it out of their own zone. Dorr on the steal. Ball just at the top of the circle, and we have a whistle. That'll go against the Tigers, I believe. The official is pointing that it is Earlham ball. So, again, the Tigers trying to get the ball going quickly again, but the penalty was on the Tigers. 7:32 to go in the opening period of play. Still no score. Quakers, pass intended for McKellar. Ball stolen away. Tigers get it inside the circle. That one is a whiff big time that time by Milner as she came up short. Just went over the top of the ball. Didn't get her eye on it in time. Quakers with the takeaway on the near side. Here's McKellar. Backhand pass. Nice one ahead. Now to Salvatore. Salvatore, one of the top dribblers for the Quakers, has it knocked out of bounds. Back on defense is Hewitt there for the Tigers. That ball comes loose, goes all the way out of play, and Earlham misses an opportunity right there. They had some numbers going their way and cannot take advantage of that fast break play. Quakers get a takeaway, and now a chance for Earlham. Here's Denise Bergdolt. Turning, looking to the inside. Salvatore was there, but the ball went by her and went off the stick of Seaman. Turnover by the Quakers. 6:28 remaining now here in period number 1, and still no score. Tigers try to advance it, can't clear it out of their own end. And the Quakers give it right back off the stick of Olivia Night Train Lane. And here we go the other way, but again the Tigers unable to clear it up the left sideline, and the ball is loose. Tigers will pick it up deep in their own territory. Tigers trying to get it out of there. Quakers' good pressure defense will at least stop any fast break opportunity as the Tigers work it up the left sideline. Ball advanced, but unfortunately bad pass intended for Milner. Goes out of bounds, and a turnover again by the Tigers. Quakers try to clear it to the middle of the field. It comes to the circle, and there to take it away will be Depauw. Lead pass intended there for Stile. Stile underneath her stick, but ahead of her is Milner. Milner looking to her teammate to her left, and just out of her reach is Quackenbush. Can't get to it. That would have been a great opportunity right there for the Tigers. A possible one-on-one against Meg Murphy. Coming up on the 5-minute mark. So we played nearly 10 minutes so far in this opening period. So far, no score. Quakers try to look to the far sideline as it goes out of play. Pass was intended there for Reagan Seaman. Quakers will keep it. Generally, a lot of times you try to advance it up that right sideline. It gets a little bit crowded over there as Hanley trying to advance it again. But Earlham not wanting to reverse it back behind and then maybe work it to the near side. They'll try it again. Ball goes off of the leg of the defender. Looked like that may have been Quackenbush once again. Quakers will be able to advance it, and then the pass goes out of bounds, intended for Bergdolt on the far side, and another turnover by the Quaker offense. 4:30 remaining. We've had just one penalty corner so far. That was for the Quakers, and that's been it. Quakers with the takeaway. That's Olivia Night Train Lane looking to the far side. Another takeaway, turnover Quakers. Ball fought for, and they think that's going to go against the Tigers, and it will. Mackenzie Hanley had position. Hanley fires that one down the middle of the field, comes outside the circle, and a fight for the loose ball. Who's going to come up with it? Tigers, and the Quakers will turn it over themselves. Tigers try to clear that one to the middle. Good defense by the Quakers as Alyssa Johnson gets the takeaway. Ball again stolen on the backside by Sarah Goff. And here come the Tigers again. Really good movement here on the near side. Ball is centered. Milner is there, and it goes off Milner's foot back to the Quakers. And so a turnover by the Tigers. Can the Quakers push it up the sideline? No. Last touch there by Sarah Goff. Quakers will keep it, though, as McKellar puts it in play. Backhand shot attempt there by Schalk. Try to clear that one ahead to Salvatore. Again, McKellar to Salvatore on the near side. And the backside official says that is off the stick of number 15, Maddie Little, and goes back to the Quakers at 3:05 remaining in the opening quarter of play. Salvatore reaches out with the left hand. Dribble back to the inside and has it taken away. Really good defense that time by Sarah Goff to get the steal. And here come the Tigers up the right sideline. Tigers on the push, trying to get the fast break going here. The ball stays in play. That's Milner. And coming up defensively for the Quakers, Kate Neal. And they're going to say that's on Neal, but you could see the ability right there of Kate Milner to get that team into scoring position. We mentioned leads the team in goals scored for the Tigers. Quakers trying to keep that ball out of the circle. They will do so, and that is Night Train Lane trying to backhand that one up the sideline. It goes out of bounds off Alexa Stile, and the Quakers will have it now with just 2:15 remaining in the opening period of play. Ball lifted off that flick to the high side and knocked down there. Reaching up is Goff. Goff try to take it between a double team, and they'll call that against Earlham. Tigers wasting no time right now to try to get it back inside the circle. They will do so, and they're going to say that one off the foot, I believe, here on the near side. That was number 17, Molly McKellar. Here is Sarah Goff. Nice takeaway by Salvatore. Steps in the passing lane, gets the steal, and then they're going to call it against Maddie Little. And so the Quakers now with 1:35 to go here in the opening period. This will probably be, if they can get a full field attack going right here, it'll probably take up most of the time. Quakers will try to advance it to the far side. They will do so. That's Hanley. Ball goes all the way to midfield. 50-50 ball and picked up by Denise Bergdolt. Denise looking back to the inside behind Salvatore. She can't come up with it. And it'll be stolen away there by the Tigers and Maddie Little. As the ball comes to the near side, goes out of play, last touched by McKellar. So now the Tigers have a minute remaining here in the opening period to try to advance it themselves. They'll have to push quickly. Ball back in the middle and a takeaway for the Quakers. Good look at Reagan Seaman. Seaman off the dribble, now turns, looks to the right. Pass intended there for Olivia Lane, but the ball a little bit behind her and stolen away by the Tigers. That'll be Style back to the middle. Tigers down to 40 seconds remaining here in the opening period of play. That's going to be knocked down. That's a delayed call, but a good call as McKellar has that one go off her foot. And we'll go back over to the Tigers here on the near side. Sarah Goff will find Maddie Little. Little looking to the middle. 22 seconds remaining. Dorr try to advance that, and that's going to be a shove on Dorr. As the Quakers were able to get it back, that was Olivia Night Train Lane to get the steal. Now 10 seconds. Quakers will have to work really quick right here. If they want to try to get it into scoring position, it'll be virtually impossible to do right now, as that ball will go out of play, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. It is scoreless after one, and they do finally blow that one dead, as we are now at the end of the first period of play on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. No score after our first 15 minutes. Stay right there. Period number 2 is coming up. This is Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
Think about the moments in your life, moments you might miss if you become ill. People often ignore their own health, even when their body is telling them something isn't right. Routine health screenings could be the difference between catching it early when it's more treatable or waiting until it's too late. Make time to have an annual wellness visit. Keep up with routine screenings so you don't miss out on any of your moments. Reed Health's team of experts can keep you in control of your health, making sure you stay right where you belong. Reed Health, right beside you.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft-Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond. Are you looking for the right place to work out, a place where you have several choices and can have fun at the same time? Well, that place is right here in Richmond, Family Fitness Works. Family Fitness Works has spinning, Zumba, kickboxing, core works, kick fit, body pump, body flow, and much, much more. And don't forget, Family Fitness Works also has Richmond's most extensive free weights and Nautilus in the area. Check out their website at familyfitness.com or stop by at 213 North 3rd Street in Richmond.
Well, nothing decided after the first 15 minutes of play. Don't forget you can follow along live stats as we go throughout the evening on GoEarlham.com. You can also get all the other information about Earlham sports right there. Again, GoEarlham.com. And the Quakers will have the ball as we begin the second period of play. 15 minutes in the books, and we're underway now here in our second 15 minutes. Not a whole lot of offense. If you look at the live stats, there's a lot of zeros on there on both sides, so neither team able to get much going offensively in that opening period of play. So now we will see what adjustments are made by both of these head coaches in period number 2. Quakers unable to advance it in their first time out on offense. The ball back to midfield. McKellar with the takeaway there for the Quakers. That pass intended there for Seaman will go behind her and out of bounds, and the Quakers with a turnover. Each team with a lot of turnovers early. There's another one. That pass intended for Allison Quackenbush. It goes out of bounds, and so the Quakers will get it back deep in their own zone. Let's see if they can clear it out of here. Again, they're going to try to work it up their right sideline. The ball stays in play, but it was not a good pass and a steal once again for the Tigers. Quakers will have to get back on defense quickly as the Tigers try to get it into the zone. Want to get it inside the circle, give them a chance to score, but so far neither team has had a whole lot of play in the circle here in the first half of play. That one hit well by Little, but it ricochets to the near side, and that's where Olivia Lane is. She looks to the near side under the stick that time of McKellar, now to play another turnover for the Quakers. Little trying to look to the near side to Style. Ball comes loose again. Neither team really passing well early, as we've seen a lot of turnovers going both ways in the first 15-plus minutes, as that will go against the Quakers, and they try to get a little bit of a head start. Tigers trying to advance that ball ahead before the official was quite ready, and you'll see teams do that a lot as the ball will go deep in the corner and eventually goes out of play. Last touched by the Quakers, looked like number 6, Alyssa Johnson, was the last to touch it. Good look here at Maddie Little, the senior out of Akron, Ohio. Salvatore right in front of her, so the Tigers look back toward the middle of the field. That ball hit well. Ouch! As that one will go off the leg of Alyssa Johnson. And though you may have some padding to work with, that thing will sting once it hits the leg. And that was hit well. Back out front now near the 30 is Maddie Little. Well, they're going to give him a little bit more room closer to the 25. Tigers will strike that ball inside the circle, but then good defense by Olivia Lane to get the takeaway. As she tries to clear to the far side, it will go out of play. Tigers have made a change in their lineup as we see Christina Barantis come in out of Wilmington, Delaware. She's a sophomore. Barantis will wear number 24. Quakers with the takeaway up the right sideline. Salvatore looks to advance it off the right stick, and the ball will be brought back again to midfield, or very close to midfield once that ball goes out of play. There for the Quakers is Handley. This is the first time we've seen the Quakers dump it behind to look to reverse it to the near side. They've generally tried to work it up that same sideline, but now they'll bring it now to Johnson. The ball goes out of play. She was trying to get it to McKellar just ahead of her. That ball again hit well, but out of play by Johnson. McKellar was ahead, but a turnover again by the Quakers. And the ball stolen away is the Tigers with another turnover, and the Quakers give it right back. On the steal, Maria Hewitt. Hewitt to the near side. Good look there at Sarah Goff. Quakers right behind. Again, another takeaway by Alyssa Johnson. We'll go back and forth as Goff gets a takeaway. There's Johnson again. Bergdahl just outside the circle, near side. Bergdahl, nice stick handling right there. She works it by the defender, and that'll be called against the Tigers. Pretty fancy stick handling there for the Quakers and Denise Bergdahl. 10:40 to go here in the second period. Olivia Lane tried to advance that one ahead, and it's stolen away. Pass was intended for Seaman. Quakers turn it over, and that'll go against Earlham right there. Tigers quickly put it back into play in the middle to Kelsey Dorr. Dorr now trying to look to the other side, and we'll find Barantis. Barantis off the dribble, double teamed on the sideline, stolen away. Good steal by Handley, but then Handley can't keep it in play as it goes out of bounds and taken away by the Tigers. Back to the middle. Here come the Tigers. Will they get it inside the circle? Yes, but then coming out and jumping on the ball is Meg Murphy. She runs into her teammate as Alyssa Johnson went over the top of her, and we'll have our first penalty corner now for the Tigers here tonight. Boy, Johnson was coming back trying to help, and Meg Murphy, every once in a while, she'll make that play. She comes out to stop the ball short. And the penalty corner now for the Tigers, so they'll have the advantage right here. They'll work it off the hash mark on the left side. It's going to be Milner who will put it in play. Now, if I'm a betting man, I would guess that Milner will probably get it back at some point here. Ball's got to come atop the circle, off the left side, back to Milner to the inside. Nope, that's going to be number 3 instead. Style misses the shot, and the ball comes outside near the end line. Nice maneuver to the inside, and a takeaway by the Quakers. They will survive the penalty corner. Getting the stick in there is Olivia Lane. Boy, I'll tell you what, that was actually Style doing a pretty good job getting it inside. There's a whiff now by Goff. Goff's second opportunity, stolen away by the Quakers inside the circle. Earlham unable to clear it as he'll stay now to the near side. Earlham will come up with it, and Earlham can get rid of those masks now. They were a little bit late right there as Kate Neal was still playing the ball. They want to take a chance to give the Tigers perhaps a man advantage here in the second quarter. 9 minutes remaining. The ball inside the circle. Quakers back on defense, cleared out of there. That's Kate Neal once again. Here's McKellar to the near side. See if the Quakers can push it. Lead pass will find number 9, which is Schalk, and that's a penalty against the Tigers. So McKellar will put it in play in the near sideline. Quakers did dump it behind last time to try to advance it. Could not do so, so now they'll work it up the near sideline. As Schalk unable to advance it on the backhand pass. Ball is loose. Tigers try to put it back into play, will do so. Whistle against the Quakers. 8:19 remaining in the second quarter. That is Kelsey Dorr to the middle. Tigers to the far side. Tigers putting a little more pressure against the Quakers on defense. Here's Milner. Milner tried to backhand that one. No. Ball is right in front of Murphy in the score. Well, they placed it right in front of Murphy. And they're going to see Alexis Style gets the goal, and the Quaker is unable to get back enough defensive help to help Murphy right there. And we just said, kind of felt the pressure going that way, and they kind of upped things up a little bit, getting things rolling more on offense and putting the ball in position. So the Quakers down 1-0 here with 8 minutes remaining in the second period. So the Tigers get on the board first. Mentioned the Quakers, a lot of zeros on the board on offense, not just in the scoring department, but when you look at it already, Quakers have had just one penalty corner. They have had no shots on goal and no shots so far here in the first half of play. So from the offensive standpoint, just nothing going for the Quakers here early. The ball will go out of bounds on the far side. Quakers will now put it in play as the Tigers able to get the interception. As Barantis able to come through there for the Tigers. Ball back to the middle, and that'll go against the Tigers. Liv Perez is now in, number 17 now for the Tigers. Tigers going to their bench. Quakers will pick up some of their players that have come in as well. Tori Studebaker out of Oakwood, Ohio, is in the lineup now for the Quakers. She will wear number 13, the freshman defenseman. We still don't know about Hannah Grushon. She is not on the sideline for the Quakers here tonight, one of their leading scorers, and we have not gotten word of why she is not here this evening. We hopefully will find out some point, maybe have some news for you by halftime. Here's McKellar. Salvatore left of the circle, and Salvatore goes down, but they're going to say it's on Salvatore. The takeaway there by Maria Hewitt. Tigers trying to get it back to the middle of the field, but stolen away is coming up there, Denise Bergdahl. McKellar near side. 6:10 remaining in the first half. McKellar unable to advance it against Goff. Good look now at Studebaker deep in the corner, and the ball goes out of play back over to the Tigers. So the Quakers again unable to get anything going offensively here in the second quarter. Good spacing now for the Tigers, and that one stolen away. That's McKellar with a steal. Night Train Lane to the middle just off her stick. Night Train able to regain possession, takes it away from Milner. Quakers will dump it behind and look to reverse it to the far side. Earlham will see if they can work it up that sideline as Bergdahl can't keep it in play. That's off the stick that time of Handley. Handley's pass just a little bit off the mark. And here come the Tigers once again. Boy, a little physicality in there in the middle of the field of Salvatore and Kelsey Dorr of the Tigers running into one another. Lead pass will find Milner. Milner back toward the middle. Milner trying to advance it. It goes off her foot. Turnover by Milner. Night Train Lane looking to the far side. Ball lifted all the way down the field. It was intended, I believe, for Johnson. She's not there. Is that going to be number 9, Schalk? And it is Schalk who can't catch up with it. And the Quakers with the turnover. 4:43 to go now here in the second period of play. Tigers on the push. And the lead pass intended for Milner will go out of play. Boy, ball possession has not been very long for either one of these two teams so far here tonight. Quakers make a change. They will get back into the lineup Reagan Seaman and coming out Tori Studebaker after just a couple of minutes of play. Quakers get it back off the violation that time of the Tigers, but Earlham unable to clear it out of their zone as Handley didn't hit it well. Ball inside the circle, and coming out of there defensively is Karina Stites, and Stites able to get it back out front. Quakers try to clear it to the far side. Ball is loose, picked up there by Schalk, and Schalk will take it to the sideline. Double teamed as their backhand pass is out of play, and back to the Tigers once again at 3:46 to go here in period number 2. There will not be, at least at this point, a whole lot of numbers to tell you about for the Quakers on offense in this first half unless they get something going here pretty quick. Earlham, that one hit well, but a whistle against the Quakers as Denise Bergdahl, she hits it as well as anybody, but they're going to say it was last touched by the Quakers, and they'll bring it back as good look now at Barantis to set it up. She'll dump it behind, keep it in their own zone as they'll try to work it to the middle of the field. And then here's Little now for the Tigers. Little back to the middle. I think we've said that a couple of times. Bouncing over the stick of Libby Henley. Henley is checked in. She's a freshman out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Libby Henley wearing number 29 now for the Tigers. So they've actually, speaking of Depauw, have gone deep on their bench. Quakers need better passing, quicker passing as Bergdahl will receive. There are two players there in white jerseys trying to force her to reverse it once again and does so now to Handley. Handley takes it to the sideline, and that'll go against the Tigers. Quick moving first half, down to 2:30 to go, as now the Tigers get the takeaway. 1-0 Depauw on top. Tigers coming back, they're on the attack. Here's Henley. Henley, backhand attempt, stolen away there by McKellar. Now the Quakers have to work pretty quick right here. McKellar back to Night Train Lane. Olivia will look at back to McKellar and a little give and go. McKellar looking downfield. Nice pass will find Seaman. Seaman on the run. She'll have the dribble now with the left hand, trying to get it to the inside if she can. The ball all the way to the end line. Her backhand attempt, no good, as she tried to work it back to the middle, and a turnover by the Quakers. So they had a decent fast break, just could not finish it off, did not get a shot attempt once again. Tigers back in possession. Minute 37 to go in the first half. Johnson with a takeaway. Good steal there by Alyssa Johnson out of Lancaster, New York. Ball is loose on the near side, stays in play. Each player has a chance to go after the loose ball. And now there's two Tiger players there trying to force the action as Seaman can't hold on to it, and it goes out of play. Back over once again to Depauw. Pass to the middle of the field, and that's exactly where they've been attacking most of the night is Dorr. Can't hold on to it. That penalty against the Tigers. And we're down to 1 minute remaining here in the first half of play. Now the Quakers have to work pretty quick. As we said, it takes a little bit of time just to get it where you want it to be unless you can somehow get it ahead of the field. As Milner gets the takeaway, and that'll go against the Quakers. Tigers have it. 44 seconds to go in the first half. Ball loose, taken away by McKellar. Nice steal by McKellar. McKellar all the way to the sideline, and she keeps it in play somehow. Good stick handling that time by McKellar. It went out of bounds on the near side. Last touch, I think it was 17, Liv Perez for the Tigers. Here's McKellar looking back to the middle. Salvatore, 19 seconds remaining. Salvatore on the dribble up the left sideline. Salvatore works it back to the middle, looking ahead. Ball gets inside the circle, and a chance here for the Quakers. Ball is knocked away as number 9 there, Schalk, had a chance to get a shot off. Could not do so as Durancy ends up knocking the ball away. Durancy is the goalkeeper there for the Tigers, able to dive on the field, and that's going to do it for the first half. So the Quakers had a chance but could not come up with it there at the end of the first half of play. We are going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back and look at the first half numbers coming up in just a few moments. Your halftime score on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Tigers on top of the Quakers, 1-0.
After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day, and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Hey, if you're looking for a great place to dine, how about Little Sheba's? Come join them in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue and grab one of their gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and more in their smoke-free environment. You can get a 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. For more information about Little Sheba's, give them a call at 962-2999. Finding a used car dealership you can trust is not an easy thing to do, but for me, the choice was almost too easy. How about Tony's Car Sales in Richmond? Hi, this is Troy Naragowski. You know, I purchased my last 2 cars from Tony's, and I couldn't have been happier with their service. They didn't pressure me, and they worked me through the entire process. Hey, if you're in the market for a great used vehicle, get to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond, 250 National Road West. For more information, give them a call at 962-5665 or go to their website, tonyscarsales.com.
Earlham's about getting involved. We have more than 60 student clubs with new ones starting every year. A variety of sports, plays and concerts, parties, trips to nearby cities, interesting people from all over the world. Earlham College, always engaged.
We are back once again here at Darrell Bean Stadium as the Quakers and Tigers battling it out here in the first half. We have made it to halftime and through 30 minutes. It is Depauw on top of Earlham, 1-0. And as I said a little bit ago, there's not a whole lot to tell you about offensively, well, especially for the Quakers here today. Let's just give it to you bluntly. The Quakers so far, no shots on goal in the entire first 30 minutes of play. Now, Depauw, when you look at their numbers so far, they haven't had a whole lot to celebrate either. But the good news is if you're a Tiger fan, they do have a shot, and they have a shot that has made it to the net. So they lead it 1-0. That's their only shot so far today. So they've had one shot, but one shot on goal, and that's it. The two keepers haven't had a whole lot to do here tonight either. Meg Murphy, no saves. And Darren Siu also just when she has no saves either. But the only problem is Quakers haven't had any shots. So a little bit hard to have any numbers there if nobody has any shots. And each team, if I'm not mistaken, let me check here real quick. I think they've only had each one penalty corner. I'm going to check real quick here. Yeah, each team with one penalty corner in the first half as well. So offensively, it has been a gigantic struggle just to get anything going in the first half of play. So both teams will have to come up with something in the second half to get this thing rolling. Otherwise, we're right now stuck at a 0-0 score here in the first half of play, now into halftime. Don't go away. We'll come back. The second half is coming up in just a few moments. Stay right there. This is Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
New Vision Sports is a program that will focus on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete. It includes all ages and skill levels. They'll create a customized workout plan to provide an ongoing motivation and support program that will help you achieve your training goals. There are 3 reasons to train with New Vision Sports: variety, specificity, and accountability. New Vision Sports. Give them a call at 977-5831 or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters. A division of Richmond Power and Light.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120. For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power and Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power and Light. Together we make powerful partners.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Want to remind you the Quakers are back in action after tonight. They'll travel to Oberlin coming up on September 28th. That is a noon start time, and then we'll be back here October 5th. Hard to believe we're thinking about the second half of the season already. October 5th, they'll take on Center. That's a noon start time. Then they'll go to Transylvania. That is a noon start time. And then we begin league play October 12th against Allegheny. That's an 11 o'clock start time. Oberlin will be the following Sunday at 1 o'clock as the Quakers get their first 2 league games right here at Darrell Bean Stadium. Going into tonight's action, Denison is at 6-1, Kenyon 5-2, Ohio Wesleyan is at 5-2 on the year, Quakers at 4-3. Other teams that are in action and have played this year, DePauw's 3-3, Worcester's at 3-3, Oberlin is 2-4, Wittenberg 2-5, and Allegheny's 0-5. The only other game tonight, Ohio Wesleyan is playing at Denison. All right, both teams making the adjustments at halftime. Let's see who made the better adjustments, as DePauw will have possession first to begin this third 15 minutes of play. Quickly up the sideline is Style, and the ball again will go out of play. It'll stay with the Tigers as Sarah Goff looks to put it back into play, and you'll see the Tigers dump it behind. You really make that defense shift, and the one thing about it is if you can get the defense to run a little bit more and maybe tire them out by the end of the game, you certainly have an advantage from a depth standpoint if you're the Tigers here tonight. Quakers trying to defend. Bergdolt got a stick on it for the moment. It'll be Beckhold here on the near side as they work it near the sideline, and that'll go against the Tigers as Quackenbush unable to keep it in play. Now the Quakers try to push it ahead. Quick steal there by DeSantis. DeSantis now will advance it inside the circle, and good defense again by the Quakers just for the moment right there as Karina Stites on the backside. That ball struck well, then goes off the stick of Sophia Salvatore. Good look at Hewitt. Hewitt trying to look toward the middle, pass a little bit behind on the turnover intended for Kelsey Dorr as the Quakers try to bring it to the near side. That'll be whistled against Beckhold now for the Tigers. And now Earlham a chance to go on offense. We're just underway here in the third. 1-0. DePauw on top. There's a takeaway. And another takeaway. We have seen this a lot here tonight. Neither team really advancing the ball the way they would like to. A Salvatore near the right sideline looking back to the middle. Pass was intended there for Schalk. Stolen away. And a good look at Dorr. She tries to advance it as well. They'll push it back to the middle of the field. Here come the Tigers. That's Style. Style will still control it. Looks to the near side and finds her teammate Beckhold. And then that pass goes out of play. Quackenbush up the left sideline. Can't keep it in bounds, and so the Quakers get it back. Boy, Salvatore's ahead. You got to get it to her a little bit quicker if you can. Quakers couldn't do so, as Schalk ended up hitting that one well past the end line and out of play on the far side. Boy, but Salvatore is right down the middle. They'll look back at the film on that one and wonder how they couldn't get her the ball ahead of the pack and try to make it a one-on-one situation against Darren Siu, the goalkeeper for the Tigers. Another turnover by DePauw as the Quakers will put it in play right at midfield. Across the way there for the Quakers. Unable to get it in play. McKellar up that far sideline as the ball will now go out of play and returned once again by the Tigers. And now they're on the push. Ball heads up the right sideline intended for Style and eventually will go out of play. By the way, these two teams will play one another again October the 29th at Depauw. Of course, tonight is a non-conference game because of Allegheny coming into the conference. The schedule's a little bit different this year than it has been, where you would play a team like Depauw twice in conference play. That is no longer the case now in the North Coast Athletic Conference. 11:16 remaining. Quakers with the steal. That'll go against number 6, Ava Nicholson, who's checked in. Ava's a sophomore out of Cincinnati. Quakers with a turnover, and the Tigers will get the steal once again outside the midfield circle. Quakers having to chase again, only 3 players off their bench here tonight, and they will slow things down for Night Train Lane right there. Olivia tried to get a head start. Officials say you cannot do that. They'll bring him back just past midfield. Quakers need to get something going. That's a pretty obvious statement we've made all night long. Their offense has been non-existent here this evening as Beckhold unable to get the steal as it'll go back to the Quakers. Here's Handley now for Earlham. Handley looking to go right down the middle. Pass was intended, I believe, for Johnson and stolen away as the Tigers get another takeaway. And who will they blow the whistle on? That will be Style on the obstruction, I believe, and now we'll go back the other way. Quakers again looking to the near side. And that'll go against Earlham's Denise Bechtold. Bechtold unable to advance it. Another takeaway. We're just kind of playing between the 30s now. Ball goes out of bounds, and Earlham, that's Bechtold trying to get it right back here to Bergdahl trying to get it back into play as quickly as she could. Wanted that ball from the sideline ball boy to make sure she could get it back and get things rolling on offense. So back to Night Train Lane here for the Quakers. Salvatore trying to receive that pass stolen away by Hewitt. Hewitt looking ahead. Here is Nicholson. Nicholson can't run it down because her teammate Milner was there. And then again for the Quakers, that's Bergdahl trying to get the takeaway. That'll go against the Quakers. Yes, so the Quakers with the turnover. Here come the Tigers. Pass to the far sideline. Nice save there by Sarah Goff to keep that one from going out of play. And then Goff goes down on the turf once the Quakers get a turnover. And right now, neither team having a whole lot of possession here in the third quarter. But now it'll be Nicholson. Nicholson off the left side, trying to work it inside the circle. We have a stalemate right here as both teams battling for that ball. Bergdahl is there for the Quakers. Nicholson trying to challenge her. And now the ball now to the near side. Quakers trying to clear it if they can, and they will do so, but it goes out of play, intended for Salvatore. That was off the stick there of Schalk. 8:18 remaining now here in this third quarter. You see the Tigers trying to advance it to the opposite side. Quakers disrupted for the moment. Tigers will keep it. Good look there at Style as she tries to go to the sideline. Good maneuver. See if the Tigers can get it in scoring position right here as they'll have it deep in the corner. Night Train Lane there on defense. Looks back at the official and he says it will go, or she says it goes out of play off of Depauw. So the Quakers will get it back once again. As we mentioned, live stats on GoEarlham.com, but we just haven't had a whole lot to tell you about for the Quakers here today. Still zeros on the board other than one penalty corner. Quakers had just the one goal against Wittenberg and then played Ohio Wesleyan, had one goal there. So the numbers in the scoring department haven't shown where they potentially could be, but just haven't put it in the net so far again here tonight. Tigers with the takeaway inside the circle. Got to center the pass if they can, and we got a penalty corner. So Depauw will have their second penalty corner. Amazing, you look at the game of field hockey, there's sometimes we can have 25, 30 penalty corners, and then there are other games like tonight you have just 3. And the Quakers with just a single penalty corner here tonight. They've had as many as 19 in a game earlier this year, but that hasn't been the case here tonight. So now let's see what Milner will do with it. You have a player advantage right here if it's worked well. Back to Milner. Nope, it's under the stick of Maddie Little and goes out of play. Milner was going down to set up near the goalie, as she was going to step right in front of Meg Murphy, maybe get a deflection if Maddie Little could get a shot off the left side, but another turnover again by the Tigers, and Earlham trying to clear it out of their own zone. Can't do so as Beckhold is there for Depauw. And we're coming up on 6 minutes remaining now here in the third, and the Quakers again unable to get anything going on offense. Back to the middle is Beckhold. Quakers trying to come up with a loose ball. It is still loose. Both teams have a chance to go get it, and they're going to call that one against McKellar, so the Tigers will keep it. McKellar gets whistled again as she reaches in, try to poke that one away. So now the Tigers back in possession. Here's Dorr. Not a good pass. Dorr can't hold on to it. Quakers with the takeaway. And another whistle. That will go against Beckhold for Depauw. Here's Johnson trying to maneuver way in between two defenders. The official way back on the other side, about 35 yards away, makes the call there. And there's another steal. Good defense by Beckhold. As Beckhold trying to get it back to the inside. Quakers come from behind. They get the steal as well. And it goes out of play. Pass intended for Schalk on the near side. So Earlham again unable to advance it much past midfield. And the Tigers up the left sideline. Here's a good look at Ava Johnson. Johnson able to hold on to it as that one goes out of play. As the Tigers will keep possession at 5 minutes remaining all the way to the end line. Quakers able to clear it once again to the near side. Here come the Quakers, and they get a decent pass. They do. Salvatore spins with it. And now Wisely waits for some help, but the pass intended here in the near side for Seaman goes behind her. Quakers with the turnover. And it will stay with the Tigers right here. Beckhold, the senior out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, will put it in play. Tigers lead at 1-0. Back in their possession. Quakers will get it back. That'll go against Depauw. The only positive we have seen so far here tonight, well, actually, if you look at a couple of positives, the one, Quakers have only given up the one goal so far, and the other positive is that one is hit lightly. A nice save by Murphy off the stick of Style, and it will stay with the Tigers. Is the Quakers, again, haven't given up a whole lot of shots here tonight either. So Murphy's played well. The defense has played pretty well. Just can't get anything going on offense. Tigers now under 4 minutes remaining. Trying to put it in position. Denise Bergdold is there for the Quakers, but coming over on defense will be Maddie Little. Quakers will keep it in their possession. Good look in advancing the ball is McKellar as the Tigers get the interception around midfield. And the Tigers trying to advance it as well. Whiffing the first time is Goff. Ball goes out of play. It'll stay with Goff and the Tigers. Goff looking toward the middle. Milner's been quiet here tonight, leads the team in goals. That's Milner off the dribble all the way down in the corner. And then Milner tried to squeeze it between two defenders. It goes out of play, and it'll stay here with the Tigers. I believe it was last touched there by Kate Neal. 3 minutes remaining now here in the first, or I should say the third quarter. And the Tigers once again will keep possession right here. See where they'll put the ball. They're going to make them move it all the way near the sideline before it'll be put into play at about the 25-yard line. You see them maneuvering right there as time continues to come off the clock here in the third quarter. Somehow the Quakers between now and the final 15 minutes are going to have to find a way to get more of a push on offense. Try to get that thing in position, but so far that's not been the case in the third. They have rarely gotten it past midfield here in this third quarter. McKellar tried to get it up the sideline. Last touch there by the Tigers. Good look at Alyssa Johnson. We did not get word of why Hannah Grushon is not playing here tonight, but Grushon has not been a part of the squad here this evening. Goes out of bounds as Seaman turns that one over, trying to get it to Denise Bergdahl. Turnover Quakers, and here's Beckhold putting it in play with 1:45 to go. That one lifted high in the air. Stays in play as Milner tried to come up with it. Tigers will keep it in their own zone as Dorr will look to get it back toward the middle. Neal is there and taken away by Johnson, and a whistle will stay right here. A delay call against the Quakers. 1:18 remaining now here in the third quarter. Tigers top of the circle. Now a chance to score right here. And that's going to go against the Tigers. May have gone off the leg of Nicholson, was one of those stepping in. Milner was there as well. And now the Quakers cannot keep it in play. Another turnover as Seaman unable to control it on the near side. That ball flicked high in the air, and once it comes down, it'll go back to the Quakers. 42 seconds remaining here in the third. Could be Earlham's last chance to get something here on offense, at least get a look if they can. They're going to have to work pretty quick. Ball going out of play as Nicholson coming over. She's played the majority, if not all, of this third quarter. And now the Quakers past midfield. They have 17 seconds to go. They look to the inside. It was intended for Schulk, but the pass goes out of reach. Darren Siu able to clear that one back out there for the Tigers. Night Train Lane now with 3 seconds to go. Ball just outside the circle. Quakers will have to work quick. They will not get the shot off. That will not count as we're at the end of the third quarter. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Depauw leading this one 1-0. We'll come back with the fourth quarter coming up in just a moment. This is Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Are you tired of your current IT company prices going up every month? Do you get only 4 or 5 hours included in your contract before you're charged overages or per hour fees? Midwest IT Support has set pricing that allows you to budget for your business with no contracts or overages. It's all included. You get a full IT staff without hiring a full-time person. Call us for a free quote. We make IT easy. Call 765-239-9668 or email us at helpdesk@midwestitsupport.com.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf and I approve this message.
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance knows you're good at fitting one more dish in an already full dishwasher. We're good at your insurance.
Dad.
You're good at pretending to be asleep.
Dad.
We're good at your insurance.
Dad.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Well, the Quakers, as mentioned, offense not here tonight, so they're going to have another 15 minutes to try to figure it out. And so far, the zeros are staying on the board. Live stats, as always, on GoEarlham.com, but you don't see a whole lot of offense by either one of these two teams here tonight. We played this game generally outside the circles, gone back and forth, a lot of turnovers between both of these teams here this evening. You see the Tigers will have possession to begin the final 15 minutes of play unless the Quakers can somehow find a way to tie this up. If you're the Tigers, you're probably looking at ball possession as much as you can and try to keep that ball as much as you possibly can in this fourth quarter and waste some time off that clock and really make the Quakers try to work on both offense and defense. Quakers, that's McKellar with a steal, will find Salvatore. Salvatore on the dribble, working there against Kelsey Dorr. Salvatore has it taken away. She dives and goes down, and they're going to say, wait a minute, we'll slow it up and give it right back to the Quakers at the spot of the foul. When the Quakers are going to be looking at that clock as we are, because time is going to start running a little bit quicker. It's when you're ahead 1-0, it just doesn't go by very fast. When you're down 1-0 or more, that thing just goes a little bit too quick. Here's Johnson on the takeaway. Lead pass for Salvatore goes past the inline. And that's one thing Quakers can't do right now. They're in the Tigers zone. They got to find a way to get that ball into scoring position. They can't turn the ball over here like they have in the first three quarters. As the Tigers work it back the other way, the centering pass by Style is not on the mark. Quakers played that one well defensively. As both teams battle for the loose ball near the sideline, they'll say the penalty is against Molly McKellar. So the Tigers will put it back into play deep in the corner. Ball, does it go out of play? Yes. They'll say the Tigers the last to touch it. So we will go back the other way. Boy, Earlham is just, you look at that third quarter, they barely got the ball past midfield, maybe once or twice, but really never got it into good scoring position at all. Nice takeaway by Olivia Lane. Olivia backing up, trying to clear it down the sideline, cannot do so as Alexa Style was there. Make sure she couldn't advance that ball. And we're now 12:35. You see how quickly this thing will move if the Quakers can't get it going offensively. They try to clear it out of their own zone, cannot do so. Ball goes inside the circle and out of play. Quakers will get it back, but the Tigers able to stop the Quakers again from advancing it much out of their own territory. Taking a look right there as Karina Stites trying to find who might be open. You know, the Tigers playing everybody up other than three players and their goalkeeper. They were really keeping the pressure. The press is on, you might say, right now for the Tigers, and they're not allowing the Quakers to get that ball very far out of their own end. McKellar tried to advance that ball up the sideline. Nice takeaway there as Salvatore off the dribble. Can she keep it in play? She looks to reverse it back to the inside. There defensively is Hewitt as the Quakers now inside the circle. Maybe an opportunity right here as it's knocked away. The keeper with the right leg knocking that one out of there. Darren Siu is right there looking for a second shutout of the year. That was the best opportunity the Quakers have had in a long time as they will continue to press right here. Nice takeaway by Kate Neal. Neal will dump it behind near midfield, and Quakers try to work it up the middle, taken away by Milner. And then Milner can't hold on to it from behind is Night Train Lane to get the steal. Night Train looking to advance it as well, and this will go against the Tigers. Maddie Little didn't like that call as the ball gets inside the circle once again, but cleared away to the near side. Will stay here. Unable to come up with it is Allison Quackenbush. Quakers now have a chance to get it back inside the circle. Will they do so? That was number 10, Seaman. Just kind of turned and fired it Nice takeaway by Night Train Lane. Here's Salvatore. Salvatore lifting it, knocked down, and then it's scored. Quakers off of the rebound get the score. And now let's see, I think it's going to be Olivia Lane. So a Night Train Lane off of the rebound from the keeper, Darren Siu. No, we are waiting to see. They say the goal is good, I believe. Well, I'm going to wait and see. Give us something official to go with right here. Everybody kind of standing around wondering, but they're making it sound like it's not. I think they took the goal away and are going to call it a penalty corner. Am I right? Yes. So they are saying no goal. So take the goal away, and they're going to call a penalty corner for the Quakers. That's a tough call here for Earlham. They didn't give us any indication of why, but it comes at 10:22. So the goal is taken away, and the Quakers will have a penalty corner. Putting into play will be Schalk on the left hash mark. You got to push it ahead, get it back inside the circle. Salvatore. Here is Bergdold. Bergdold, that's going to be wide to the right. Might have been deflected at the last moment by McKellar, and the ball goes out of play. So Earlham has a goal taken away, and they cannot capitalize on the penalty corner. Under 10 minutes remaining. Tigers unable to clear it out. There for the Quakers, that's Seaman. Seaman again from behind, and we will have another penalty corner. So now the Quakers with 2 straight penalty corners. They now have 3, and here's where you really need to take advantage of it if you get a chance to get back-to-back penalty corners. Again from the hash mark left. That'll be Schalk. Here's Bergdold. Fires, and that one is off the post on the right. And I'll tell you what, Darren Siu never even saw it coming, but that was a great hit by Bergdold, who hits it harder maybe than anybody in the North Coast Athletic Conference, but it hit the upright and the post on the right side. So the Quakers, boy, you look at 3 now. You have the goal taken away. You had 2 straight penalty corners, and that shot just off the upright. Not good luck for the Quakers, and perhaps their best offensive performance of the night coming here in the last couple of minutes. Quakers with the takeaway. 9 minutes remaining now here in regulation. Ball to the far side on the dribble of Seaman. Seaman trying to get it back to the middle, goes out of play, and may have been Sarah Goff who was the last to touch it there for the Tigers. And they'll bring it back out and set it up right at the 25-yard line. Boy, bad luck for the Quakers here in this final period of play. We potentially could have tied it up. Here's Salvatore changing direction. 3 white jerseys around her, and coming in will be Hewitt. Hewitt there getting a stick on another play as that one goes out of play to the far side. Of course, things getting a little darker here at Darrell Bean Stadium, so it's going to be a little harder maybe to see the ball. If we end up in an overtime, lights will be on, I'm sure, pretty soon. Tigers up the right sideline. Good defense by Night Train Lane, able to get the takeaway, and it stays here for the Quakers. Earlham wants to get it back into play quickly. Here's Johnson. Johnson looking ahead down the sideline for her teammate Reagan Seaman, but it goes out of play. Seaman unable to control it off her stick. And the Tigers, will they play control here? One thing about it, the Quakers really pressing on defense. Trying to get the ball back into scoring position. Tigers trying to hold on, leading it 1-0. It'll be a conference matchup the next time they meet. That one hit wildly down the sideline, goes out of play. Not a really good decision there for the Tigers on the turnover. It was intended for Ava Nicholson off the stick of Beckhold. Quakers near side. Good look there at McKellar as it goes out of play. And now we're coming up on 7 minutes even here in regulation. This will be Hanley. Ball bouncing all the way inside the circle, and will it stay in play? No. Two players getting a little physical down there on the end line as Schalk is there for the Quakers. She along with Maria Hewitt going after that loose ball. Quakers back out to the 25. McKellar trying to push it back to the inside, and that'll go against McKellar, so the Quakers give it up on the turnover. And now we're down to 6:22 to go in this final period of play. That goes off the leg of Bergdolt and out of play, and so the Tigers will keep it. And they're in no hurry to put it in play. They want to advance everything ahead of them. I would venture to say they don't want to put anything behind them if they don't have to. On the chase is Nicholson. Nicholson trying to get a stick down to advance, or at least stop the advance for the Quakers. Earlham working back to the middle, another takeaway. Pass was intended for Olivia Lane, and then Lane comes right back, gets the steal. Olivia past midfield, looking to the near side. Who's it going to be? Salvatore able to pick it up as she reaches out with a stick on the flat side, and now Bergdolt. Bergdolt on the right side. Double teamed, and the ball knocked away. And Bergdolt trying to get it back. She will. Can Denise get a shot off? No. And we will go back to Depauw. They clear it far side. Anytime that ball advances that far, time coming off the clock as we're coming up on 5 minutes remaining now here in the fourth quarter. Ball turned over again. Boy, Quakers got to keep that possession. Goff with the steal. Tigers have it, far sideline. Turning will be Style. Quakers come back, get a takeaway themselves. Good hustle there by Kate Neal. Quakers need to get it moving. Lead pass Salvatore. 3-on-3 break at the 30. Salvatore double teamed. Can she get it back to the inside? And the ball comes loose. That'll go against the Tigers. Either number 18 Hewitt or 12 Goff committing the infraction. So now the Quakers. Here's McKellar. McKellar inside the circle. Keeper comes out, and they read it well, but unfortunately as she turns, Bergdolt unable to get the shot off as a penalty is called. Boy, Darren Siu coming out. That was a dangerous play by Darren Siu, but she decides to gamble there. 4 minutes remaining. Ball back to the middle of the field and all the way past the end line and out of play. So the Quakers give it back again. Couple of possessions here in this fourth quarter may cost him. He had the goal taken away, as it's been well documented already. He had the ball come off the post on the right. And now the Tigers try to advance it. That is Barantis. And they're going to call that against the Quakers. Hustling back for Earlham will be Hanley trying to get in position. Ball ricochets all the way ahead to Milner. Milner, leading scorer for the Tigers. Milner back to the right, coming from behind to get the takeaway will be Kate Neal. 3 minutes and change remaining in this one. The ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say, what, Tigers last to touch it? Good news there for the Quakers. So now it'll be Seaman. Seaman trying to get it by two defenders. Ball is loose. Seaman will run it down. Giving chase will be Style there for the Tigers. Quakers on the far side. That'll be McKellar. McKellar off the dribble. Stays inbounds. McKellar all the way to the end line. In fact, she keeps it in play. Nice job by McKellar. Centering pass knocked out of play. And will bring it back out front. Last touched. Looked like Maria Hewitt the last to touch it. 2:34 to go in this final period. Here is Salvatore. Ball knocked off her stick. Salvatore, no frustrated there. She made the turn, and coming away with it will be Little. Tigers advancing it up the right sideline. That'll be Style, and the one thing the Tigers want to do right now is get it in their end. Again, if they can keep possession of this one, They'll win this one 1-0. That's the key right now. Keep the possession as long as you possibly can. Lead pass outside the circle. It was intended there for Style. That shot gets inside. Murphy able to knock that one away. Ball will stay with the Quakers. That went off the right foot of Style. We're down to a minute 38 to go. Quakers will have to really hurry here. It's back with Earlham. That will be Johnson trying to advance it back to the sideline, and the last pass intended for Salvatore goes out of play. Quakers with the turnover. And now Little there for the Tigers. Chance to look at it, lifts it high in the air. Pass intended there for Dorr. And the Quakers called on that infraction. Down to a minute 5 to go. Lead pass will go out of play. Turnover Tigers. And now under a minute remaining. 52 seconds remaining. Boy, that was a big possession right there. Might have been the last one for the Quakers as the Tigers get it back off the turnover. And Goff will put it in play. And again, they want to work everything down the field. Nothing goes behind them the rest of the way, because it'll take quite an effort for Earlham to get it in position as McKellar on the sideline here. Seaman, 24 seconds to go. Looks like the Quakers are not going to get it done here tonight unless they really get a miracle here at the end, as Salvatore has it taken away by Sarah Goff. 10 seconds remaining. Quakers still have a chance. Got to get it inside the circle to get a shot off. That is going to be McKellar. McKellar off the dribble. 3 seconds to go. McKellar double-teamed, and that's going to do it. Boy, a tough one here tonight for the Quakers. Had some opportunities even late. That one flurry they had, but they cannot get it done here tonight. The final score, it is Depauw beating Earlham 1-0. We'll come back and wrap it up in a moment. This has been Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Dargy Repair Service is family owned and operated, and they work on every kind of vehicle and specialize in imports. You can count on Dargy to do repairs and service, big and small. Dargy does regular service to major repairs. They do everything for your car except bodywork and tires. Dargy is a certified TechNet professional auto service. Dargy Repair and Service, 1700 Northwest 11th Street in Richmond. For more information, give them a call at 935-2241.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Well, tough night tonight offensively, as you see, for the Quakers. Shut out the final 1-0. Let's see if we can give you some final numbers here this evening. Quakers did end up with 4 shots and 2 shots on goal and 3 penalty corners. So really, they end up winning all of those categories, and still was unable to get a victory here tonight. Only 1 shot tonight for Depauw. It was a shot on goal, and they ended up with 2 penalty corners, but they made the 1 goal count, and that was by Alexis Stahl in the first half. And that's all she wrote in this one here this evening. Both keepers didn't have to work all that much. In fact, you look at for Meg Murphy, no saves here on the evening. Darren Siu finished with 2 saves on the night as well. Non-conference game here tonight. That's the good news. The Quakers will be back in action. They'll travel to Oberlin coming up on Saturday, and then they'll be back here October 5th when they take on Center College. We'll have that game for you. That's a noon start time. They'll go to Transylvania for the final preseason game on October the 6th, and then we'll open conference play coming up October 12th against Allegheny. That's an 11 o'clock start time. That's a Saturday morning. And then we'll be back against Oberlin on Sunday for a 1 o'clock start time on October the 13th. Quakers now 4-4 on the season. The Tigers move to 4-3. Once again, your final score, Depauw 1, Earlham 0. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time right here. This has been Earlham Field Hockey, Radio Troy Digital Sports.